Hey guys, welcome back to 3 Mississippi. Sid here. As this year quickly comes to an end, we thought we would take a minute to go over our journey over this last year and show you some of our best bits and our struggles as we made the decision to move from California to Mississippi and what that really looked like for us. So here's some of the nitty gritty and how it all went down. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll want to pack a box. Let's do it. Let's go check on the saga from yesterday with the goats. So we moved the goats got out. Mike reinforced the gate, they got out again, put them back in there, came out for milking, and they were back out again. This room is drywalled. It has been mudded and textured, and I love what we did with the ceiling here. So I'm gonna show you guys. We left the wood beams exposed, and then we did the drywall in between. And this is gonna be part of Frankie's closet here. Ooh, look at that putty knife work. Hey, but if it works, then you're a genius, right?
Well,
a lot of genius is born out of idiotic ideas, seemingly
I have a lot
idiotic
of good ideas. I don't know if that makes me a genius.
This was the progress so far on the floor. And as you can see, we're down to like the awkward areas where he's gonna have to make a lot of cuts. So she's proper mad now. That's how goats are. I won't be surprised if they like give themselves diarrhea tomorrow, or because they just get upset, they get worked up, and then they'll go on a hunger strike. I know. They'll go on a hunger strike. Like one of them won't eat and the other one will have diarrhea. And there's no medical reason for it. It's simply just we don't like what you did yesterday. And now we're like confused and upset and we're just gonna be mad about it. Hello. My name is Sassy McSasserson, and I raise prize-fighting 11-year-old girls that can beat the out of you. It's a true story.
Not out of me, but out of boys her age.
Younger, actually.
Similar age, yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, all right, what do we do? Wow, guys. So we hit Costco. Mike hit Food for Less by his work to get some of the canned beans and things like that. But we've got a bunch of pasta now. We got a lot of rigatoni.
Let me get the important stuff here.
He's got his case of whiskey. He likes that Kirkland Tennessee whiskey, the generic Jack. He likes it. So the items we're gonna need today, of course, are number one, chickens.
First thing I like to do is go ahead and take off the head. We're gonna keep that and the feet because we're gonna feed them to the pigs. And oh, cut my finger.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Again?
It's a good one.
The first one of the day, you just like...
I put the blade in the skin facing down instead of facing up and slid my finger underneath the blade as a guide. Chicken got loose. Oh, that was too easy. Let it go.
I got skills.
They're multiplying.
Okay. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Calmed right down just like a liberal. See, it's fun to feed them by hand, isn't it? I love giving them treats.
I don't want to get to like the animal.
I know, especially...
I'm the one that has to kill them.
I know. Well, these are supposed to be breeders, so... Oh my gosh, you guys. Caroline's kidding. Mike was outside processing a hog, and he just ran in and he's like, Caroline's kidding, get out here. I'm coming, I'm coming. Push, mama, push, mama. Push, mama, you can do it. Good job, mama. Yep. Good job, good job. Yeah, she's a good mama, huh? Yeah, say I'm a good mama. Say I'm a good mama. So the pool guys just left. Frankie's down there walking around in the water. As you can see, I am in our prepper pantry, which is stocked with a lot of things that we have pressure canned and made over the last year during different growing seasons and processing seasons. as well as a lot of canned and dry goods that are stored behind me. We built this room specifically to have an area for prep, to keep the things that we use for canning, to keep the canned items, and to be able to keep them in a way that we can cycle through them and keep track of them.
So why are we in California in the first place?
Well, I was born here. When my dad got out of the Navy, he landed in San Diego and met my mom, and the rest was history on that end of the spectrum. For him, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, similar. I mean, I grew up in East Tennessee, and oh, you want to turn that hose off? We've been refilling the swimming pool because we had to have some repairs done to it, and it's about at the right spot now. So yeah, so I wound it up.
I'll wind you up.
I wound up here, you know, same thing. When I got out of the military, I landed in San Diego and I stayed. And that was in 1996. We've been here a long time.
Yeah, I mean, all my friends are here, my family's here. I mean, this is where my roots were, is in Southern California.
And there were great reasons for me at the time to come to California and live here. Is the sunshine tax worth the price? And at the time, the answer was yes. You know, the weather in California, the economy in California, there were a lot of things about California back in 1996 that were appealing to me, and it was worth what was at the time I felt a more reasonable price for what you were getting. And that's just really changed by a lot.
Mm-hmm. You know, recently I've gotten to go to Oklahoma, I've gotten to visit Mississippi and Tennessee, and obviously when I show up and speak, they know I'm not from around there.
Right.
And you know, as soon as I say California, I can see it on their face, that their eyes, they look at me like, oh, California.
Right.
Like, I can see the hesitation, and they're not sure what to make of me at first. And granted, I'm a little loud, I get it, you know, that's in general, it doesn't matter where I go, people look at me like that. But
she said like 1 million times, and she got pink hair.
Yeah.
And tattoos.
Yeah. But when I explain to them, you know, don't just think of California as LA and San Francisco. It's a lot of farmers. It's a lot of hardworking middle class people.
Right.
And, you know, that's how we choose to live. I can see them kind of go, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I never thought about that.
Our daughter wants to deer hunt. She wants to go fishing. She wants to have a horse. You know, can we do all those things in California? Yes. But is the cost to be able to do them in California worth the experience that you're going to get out of it in California? And do you really want to be hunting out there with a whole bunch of Californians running around with guns? The answer to that's no. So yes, I mean, so we just keep coming back to that question.
Yeah.
Should we stay in California?
It's hard. I mean, we've hit a wall here.
Yeah.
We only have so much land here, and we can't get more here. So
Right.
We're priced out of that, beyond priced out of it. So our only option, I think, is to look elsewhere. If you really want to have land and farm and have those freedoms that California is day by day removing.
Right.
So what are you doing, kiddo?
We're putting grout and tile that's been here for so long because it's one of the unfinished projects that have to get finished.
Accurate.
So we're finishing it.
Whole beans, yo.
Yeah.
So Frankie's now a tile mason.
Oh, all right. Add that to your resume, my dear.
Yep.
So he kind of put it inside the skylight there. Instead of seeing the ugly metal, it's gonna look real nice with that shiplap. Kind of filling in these gaps, and then still have the dark red beams kind of poking through. That's gonna look good. You helping?
Yeah.
Building the fence?
Still, Frankie, don't lift up or down.
Okay.
Okay, Frankie, come.
What?
Okay, right there. Never mind, don't move, Frankie. Right there? Yeah.
I'm just gonna paint this whole thing white. I'm just gonna paint it white. I think I'm gonna, oh, I left Mike a little love note when I was touching up the door jambs in the house and in the hallway. I was like, oh, when he comes back in here to finish, he'll get my little love note. S loves M. He told me, why didn't I just put S and M? And I said, well, that would be a very different message. We are selling the house. We officially put it on the market, and we have decided, we've talked about it, we've spent hours and hours and hours talking about it, weighing the pros and cons, and we decided that the pros far outweighed the cons.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. We're gonna take you guys through this whole process with us, this whole crazy process of leaving California and where we end up and how we get there.
And I hope it goes well.
I hope so too. It's a little scary because, you know, I've lived here my whole life, never lived anywhere else. Mike's lived here longer than he's lived anywhere else, even though he's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So it's a little daunting, and some of the.
It's not terrifying.
It's not terrifying, but
it's scary.
It's a little scary. You know, we made
it's the right decision.
It is, and we talked to our friends, our family, and all of you guys that have been, you know, watching our channel, and we feel like kind of know each other a little bit. You know, you guys have given us your input, and I think overwhelmingly, if I were to have taken a poll, it was a get out.
Get out of California.
It was move. So I appreciate you guys for, you know, putting in that input and kind of letting us know, you know, what you think. And everybody's been very welcoming, you know, with come to Tennessee, come to Alabama, come to Florida, you know. So I love that. I think that's fantastic.
Texas, a lot of people.
Oh yeah, a lot of people want us to go to Texas, but you know, there's a lot of things for us to still kind of figure out. And I think now that we've gotten it on the market and we're in the process of doing showings and starting that whole rigmarole of craziness, and hoping that people that, you know, these strangers that come into our house like what they see and want to live there themselves, which is such a weird concept when you think about it, selling your house, that you put so much time and effort and money.
We never thought we would sell this house.
We never did.
So all the projects we've done have been like the way we would want them. And you know, people tell you, be careful when you're doing things to your house. Always keep in mind resale. I was like, we're never gonna sell this house. We're gonna, you know, we're building our forever home. And so we've done some funky things.
Well, some of the things, to be fair, were already funky when we got here, and we tried to kind of unfunk them.
Yeah.
But it's still funky.
It's still funky.
It's still funky.
It's unique.
It's unique. We say unique.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what the listing says.
And I just really, I really hope that the new owners of this place get the enjoyment out of it that we've got. We've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of this home. We love this home. We absolutely love this home and this property.
And I will miss it. Like it's not that it's not hard or a little bit bittersweet for us to have made this decision. And we did get a little bit of like, oh, you're kind of giving up feedback from a very, very, very small percentage, and not to focus on the negative. But I just want to address the fact that I don't feel like we are. I feel like this is an opportunity for us to really take what we've learned here and expand it somewhere that's a little bit more friendly to the kinds of things that we really want to do.
Absolutely. We want a bigger farm.
So with the house completely in escrow now, we've accepted the offer from this great young couple. We're really excited that they're the ones that put the offer on the house that we ended up accepting, because they just got married. They're just starting their life together. They are very excited about having the garden that Mike has built up out there, like rocking and rolling already. They're excited to start out with a few chickens. They love the property. They love the house.
He grew up on a farm.
He grew up on a farm. She's from the Midwest. Like they get it. And they are as excited as we were about this place when we came here and saw all the projects that we could start. They just are lucking out because they're getting them already kind of like...
A lot of them already done.
Yeah. So yay for them.
But they'll have their own.
They'll have their own things that they're going to want to do or redo in here, and I totally understand. They might.
It's weird to think that.
It is weird to think like, oh, they hate this color and they want to paint it right away.
They're going to be like, you know, what were those hillbillies thinking with this?
I mean, like, you never know.
But it's their house.
It's their house, and they can do with it what they want. And it is, you know, it is one of those things where it's like, it's bittersweet because we love this place. We never thought we'd leave. We are relieved and excited that the people that are going to be that we're passing this little torch to are as excited and love this place as much as we do and see it for all the wonderful things that it has to offer. So I will say we do have it narrowed down to about 4 states.
I feel like it's like 3 states and then one that's still a little bit of a contender.
Yeah, it is. It's really like 3 states. So we're really looking at Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, and a little bit of Arkansas. We just got the notification from escrow that this property, this beautiful property that we've worked so hard on for so many years, is officially not ours anymore. It belongs to someone else. This is where we had a little bit of a struggle bus here because I was very much like, we need to just pick a state and we need to focus on that state and we just need to like go all in on it. And Mike was very much like really wanting to break it down a lot further and cast a wider net and really look at some further details, which I didn't think about at the time. Some things that I was like, oh, I just either it didn't occur to me or I just kind of assumed certain things. And he was really good about kind of breaking it down for us so that we could really cast a wider net and focus on certain areas of different states.
You know, we took winters into consideration, and then we took hurricane weather into consideration, and then we don't want to be in the desert, we want to be inside the tree line, East Texas at least, and then of course staying off of the East Coast as well. So, you know, in my mind there was this big rectangle that was the geographical location, and I couldn't see any reason to pick a state because that whole region is so similar in so many ways.
And he brought on a good point. He did say like that really limits us if we can't find something in that one area of that one state, and that's all that we're looking at, then that really limits us to maybe some potential dream properties and opportunities that we would just be kind of turning a blind eye to. We just sold our house in Southern California and we have been looking frantically for a new farm in the South.
Well, guess what? We found one.
Yay! As we thought might happen, we had to actually put in our offer sight unseen.
How big is the property? What did we buy? We were looking for at least 15 acres, and we just didn't want to settle for anything less than that. So what we bought is precisely 44.6 acres.
Yep.
So we're just going to refer to it as 45 acres, but just so y'all know, we're not embellishing. It's actually 44.6. So
but
there
we
we go.
like the sound of 45 because it's like a 45. The same couple's lived in it for 33 years. You can tell that they took very good care of it. It's a beautiful piece of property. It's in a great little spot, and we're very excited about it. And Frankie's actually, she's at a horse show today with her horse instructor, who's also our neighbor. And so Frankie doesn't even know that they accepted the offer because she left early this morning before all of that was totally settled. So I think she's gonna be excited. It's been a day, very emotional day. I was really missing my dad a lot, thinking about all of it, just because I feel like he would think it was pretty cool that we were like buying the farm. No pun intended. I'm excited to go, you know, make new friends. And there's a song that Frankie turned me on to called Oklahoma City by, I might get the name wrong. I won't say the name, but it's called Oklahoma City. But one of the lines in the song is, are you haunted by the thought of goodbyes or the fear of new hellos? I might be butchering that slightly, but it's the gist of it. And I think it's very apropos. Like, it's kind of how I feel right now. Like, am I going to be haunted by saying goodbye to everybody? Am I sad about that? Am I having angst about that? Or am I just scared of meeting new people? I think it's both, but I'm not going to let it hold me back. I don't want to get emotional, but it's scary, but exciting. And I want Mike and I both, I don't got that ugly cry now. Mike and I both want this for Frankie. We want her to be able to grow up and have these experiences while she's still young enough to learn them and appreciate them. While it is scary, she's gonna be starting new school, she's not gonna know anybody. I know she's a little nervous about that. I know that's gonna hit her the closer it gets. We are in the process in escrow of buying a property out in Mississippi on a bunch of acreage with a beautiful little house. So we haven't seen it yet. And I'm gonna take you on our trip. Frankie is coming with me, Mike is not, to go check out the house that we are buying sight unseen.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm sleep deprived.
Okay guys, so we're sitting in the Memphis airport parking garage right now waiting on the rental car. The internet's down, so, and it's really hot. It's very humid, and we drank all our water that we had, and we had to hike all the way. I don't know if any of you have been in Memphis airport before, but the rental car is way on the other side of the planet. And bless their hearts in there. They're working really, really hard. Their internet's up and down, so they're trying to get like one person get their car, and then it's like, you know, a few minutes and then whatever. So one of the gentlemen went and got us a bunch of waters and passed them out to all the people waiting. So that was super sweet because we were dying. So now we've got some nice ice cold water. That was amazing. Shout out to him for keeping us hydrated. It's super hot. It's definitely humid today. Yeah, it's warm. Yeah. And then we still have like a 2-hour drive ahead of us, but everybody knows we're here and we're just waiting on the car to get rolling. There's the house. It exists. I can see it.
You guys see it?
You have reached your destination.
Oh, I like that sound. Look at that. It's so pretty.
A beautiful window that overlooks the first few acres where there's a bunch of pear trees and the driveway, obviously. And then, you know, you've got your living room, and then you've got the bedrooms on the first floor. There's 2 bedrooms, and one will be Frankie's bedroom, one will be Mike's office. The dark blue one will be Frankie's bedroom. The lighter kind of seafoam colored one with all the doors that lead everywhere will be Mike's office. And then there's a half bath downstairs as well, off of the laundry room, which is off of the kitchen and the dining room. The kitchen, I love. She redesigned the kitchen and she did a lot of really smart things to utilize as much space in there as possible. So there's some cool things like underneath the stove top, there's a panel that flips down, and there's her spice rack that's built in. So everything you can, it's like laying down and you can see everything. It's pretty neat. Things like that to kind of tuck things away, that all the outlets are underneath the cabinets. The cabinets are all lit underneath.
I go up Kay's stairs. I go up Kay's stairs all the time, so I'm a little more used to
That's
them
true. That's true. So we're at the top of the stairs, bedroom, bathroom. Barry was like, "You ready to go out on the quads and let's, you know, tour the property?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would love to see like all the acres." We hopped on the quads, and Frankie was my co-pilot filming. She did the best she could, but it was beautiful. We got to see a deer hopping through the meadow. It was lovely, and it was just I think that's when it really started to hit me that, wow, this is all about to be ours. Like, all of this that I can see in front of me right now is ours, and it's beautiful.
Look at all that.
Got the moving guys here right now. They are loading the first big truck. Let's go take a look. It's getting empty. Getting empty, guys. No couch. Odds and ends.
It's not just empty, it's hot.
It's hot too.
This is a ridiculous evolution. I don't approve. I don't approve of packing up everything you own and putting it on a truck and then unpacking it off that truck. I do approve of getting out of California. I'm not crazy about how that happens. But there's still a decent amount of stuff to go in it too.
Yeah, they're doing a good job jangling it though.
Yeah, they're packing it in there like Jenga.
Jenga?
Yeah.
You mean Jenga?
I mean what I said.
Okay.
All right, guys, so I'm standing in my office right now, and it's pretty empty. All the furniture, my desk, it's really just my desk in here, and then like we had some stuff kind of staged in here from showing the house and stuff. This is Mike's office. Most of this stuff's going on the U-Haul because he has to work right away, so all his computer setup, that's gonna ride with us. I've got all the boxes out of my closet. Everything else is going in suitcases. It's on these shelves right here behind me. Our bedroom is empty. The mattress is leaned up against the back wall there. It's weird being in the house and having it empty. It's super weird. It's going though. We have a lot to do still. It's been a little stressful. Then we're hitting the road here in like a couple days. It's crazy. I can't believe we're actually doing this. Part of me is like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But I did have a mini breakdown yesterday. I called my girlfriend and I was like, I'm losing it. I'm having a meltdown. And she's like, don't worry, it's all gonna get done. It's all gonna be okay. Her and Mike both kind of talked me off the ledge, so. But yeah, I had a little mini meltdown yesterday. It's a lot. It's a lot. Packing day is fun. We've still got more packing to do because we do get the U-Haul in a couple days. But it's happening.
Did you forget how to drive? Am I not following you? I thought I was behind you. Just pull out, and then I'll pull around you, and then Sid will pull out. We're waiting on Sid. I don't like your attitude.
Waiting on a woman.
5 points if you hit this dickhead in the blue shirt.
Dickhead heard that.
Hey, can you pull up so I can grab a couple of waters out of the trailer? Mother trucker, if everything's locked up, why didn't you grab one before we went? Because everything was locked up.
You getting in, Sailor?
Yeah, I think I'll join this caravan.
All right.
Hazard reported ahead.
And apparently there's a hazard reported ahead.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
So it's monsoon season here in the New Mexico high desert. And we appear to be driving right into a pretty good storm. Rain's coming in. Hey, let's back this off.
Side seat drive. It's not annoying at all. We're inside Cabela's. Mike's got Lundy. Then we've got a cart full of cats.
Don't ask us how we got in.
But yeah, they just let us in. And then, you know, Lundy looks very professional in her do not pet harness with her tactical gear. And Skylar's tactical gear doesn't quite fit her right, so it's sort of a hot mess. But so is Skylar's most of the time, so it's okay.
And there it is.
There's the Texas sign.
Welcome to Texas.
There we go. Motel 6. Loading up. Started loading up at like 7:30, and we're gonna go grab some coffee. And all the animals have been fed and watered and gone to the bathroom. And we're gonna go grab some coffee and a bite to eat. And then we hit the road, leave Amarillo, and we will hit Oklahoma. We just left Texas and just entered Oklahoma. We're gonna go meet up with some friends.
I'm already past the Texas state line, so my grammar and dictionary has gone out the window.
Alright, our entertainment has been the two-way radios between the three vehicles.
Yeah. So we just left Texas and just entered Oklahoma. We're going to be meeting up in, Henrietta, Oklahoma. We're gonna meet up with Chrissy and Jeremy from Paragon Ridge, Auntie Ann. So we're gonna go have like a late lunch.
We're taking that away.
I know, see? We didn't,
I'm just napkins.
yeah, we didn't let Ann eat anything. We just gave her napkins and said, deal with it.
Should ask Lundy how she liked the barbecue.
Lundy, did you like the barbecue? Was it good? And Skylar, I told her to go lay down, and Skylar's laying down under the table, passed out.
How you like that barbecue? Huh? How you like that barbecue?
Is it good?
That's not bad at all, is it? Oh. All right. We are turning on to County Road here. A little bit of gravel.
Captain, arrive at your destination.
All right. So here we are. We're in the house. Oh. Did you bump your head, Will?
I'm a little tall for this house.
Yeah. Well, that's where the table's supposed to go. Like, it's beautiful. Like, woke up, looked out the window, and I was like, okay, not mad at that. When we got here last night, Mike obviously hadn't been around the property yet, so he hopped on the quad with Will, and they went tooling around to go look at everything because before the sunset. And then, what was your take on that?
It's amazing. It's amazing. the pictures and video do not do it justice.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's
Agreed.
awesome.
It's everything. Like, we're very blessed. It's everything that we could have hoped for, and then some. And I'm sure it will continue to surprise us over the next days, weeks, months, years. There we go. Holy moly. They pull this off, I owe them a lot of beer.
We got too much combined.
Not the PM. Down there, we gotta pick the wheel.
That was my fault.
That's how you do it.
That was my fault.
Okay, we finna lift. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
Oh, your leg's in the way.
That's all right. You can run about feet anytime you want.
Nope, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Once you get moving, don't stop.
Oh, that didn't stop
There went the bumper.
That's stop it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I see
Yeah.
your driver's license? Because I'm not sure you've got
I
one.
was sort of.
Have you been drinking?
I may have.
Look.
It's also hard to see.
Luckily for you, that's legal in Mississippi. Come on.
So, look who's standing in my kitchen.
Come on.
Come on. Oh, don't
He's a little bit taller than me.
He's a little taller than
I'm
you.
gonna stand. Actually, I'm gonna stand in front.
Front is front.
How's that? How's that? I look, we're about the same height now.
So, finally got David and Mike to meet in the
Yes.
same room. That's never happened before.
Meat? 2 years? Did you say meat?
Meet.
Meat. This spot right here, this little secret hideout, with that giant oak tree right there above it, I don't know. Something might just step through here on its way to my freezer this year. Or next year. Or next year. Whoop! There went my hat! Right there is good, that's speed.
We thought long and hard about our name change, and we went back and forth, but in the beginning we kept referring to it as one name that just kept coming back up, and we tried not to marry ourselves to it because it was sort of like the first pancake. We didn't know if we should hang on to it or not.
Yeah, I even told her, I was like, stop thinking about that name for a minute. Let's really look for another name.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we try all the options that are realistic. And we reached out to the YouTube people and asked for ideas, and you guys came up with some really good ideas. But ultimately, the name that Sid came up with is what we kept coming back to. I mean, it's what felt right?
Yeah. So should we tell you guys what the name is and roll our new intro?
What do you think?
1 Mississippi.
2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
that's it in a nutshell, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the journey as much as we have. We appreciate you guys. We hope that you have a very Merry Christmas. We hope that you have a very blessed and happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.